Hey guys, hello, welcome back. This is Musings by Nikki. I am Nikki. Welcome back, let's sit down. I am here to show you this giant custom journal that I made. I got a couple requests recently, kind of based off of my spring journals that I'd been making. And so that was this one, but part of the request was large and expandable because I like to put all my thoughts and stuff in there, and really chunky. So chunky it is. This is the biggest, like just as far as size goes, journal that I have made. I don't even remember how many pages are in here, honestly. It's 9, but I think it's more like 7. It's not 6. So there's space past the edges of the pages, so if she wants to stick stuff in there, it'll protect also all the little tabs and bits that kind of stick out. And as you can see, there's just stuff and stuff and a lot of sewing, and it is a massive 3-inch spine on this baby, and it is rounded. It's a curved spine, and it has some ribs on there. And then it has this big cloth closure. So that is attached with some brads. Or when Lizzie, or Joy, if you watched my daughter filming her journal, she called them bolts. I love that. Now I think of them as bolts. These brads attach the tie so it doesn't come off. And it's a pretty standard cover. Just some lace and this fabric that I love. I still have more of it, so you'll probably see it on more journals because I love this piece. It's from London, from a company in London, but I think it's really pretty. And so let's take a look. It's really flowery, kind of a shabby chic flowery feel to this one. Spring, summery florals and kind of that vintage shabby chic thing. So right away on the cover there are pockets, and there's lots of tags and journaling cards and pieces of ephemera. These are some French tickets and flowers. Here is behind this belly band. There's a mini notebook with a cool graphic from Graphics Fairy. Lots of tabs as well and edging and stuff in this. Here is tracing paper pocket and a postcard of the canals and a piece of paper just to journal on. Here are some fabric tabs and some digital printing, that's some lace. Here is some book pages. There's gonna be a bunch of those. This is calligraphy practice paper with some collaging on the back. Here, there's just attached through with some paper clips, there are some of these vellums from Tim Holtz. Here's some vintage lace sewn onto this ledger paper. Here's a pocket and library card with some birds on there, and then a notes page with, that's on the back of oh my goodness, it just totally left my head, and you're probably screaming it at the table of contents from a book. Goodness sake. And then she also mentioned that she loved the collaging that I do on some of my journals, so I put some of the collaging in here for her. On this page we have some ephemera from library stuff. So here's a butterfly on top of this library card catalog, and here's a pocket. Stuck inside that pocket is a little garden notebook. That has a little butterfly on it. Here is some vintage planting books, and there's another library card in there and some collaged ephemera, and then down in the very bottom here there's a pocket with the flower tag on it, and there's these beautiful roses from Graphics Fairy all throughout here. On the back there's a pocket, a tiny little pocket with a teeny little postcard ephemera in there. Oh, so cute. If my girls were a little younger, they'd say, that's the Barbie one. Here's a bigger pocket, and then the largest pocket has a piece of journaling paper in it. Here's some pretty sewing too, with the sewing machine on there, and a couple layered tabs. A pocket with another one of those garden notebooks, so you can open that up and write in it. Some of my collage tags are in here as well. And just some paper ribbon, digital printing. Here is a flip up of tracing paper that's been sewed, that I sewed lines on, and some really pretty pattern paper. It's kind of a sheen to it. On the back side of that, there's a flip up, and it is some of that old spelling and writing practice paper, and a couple little schoolgirls from Tim Holtz stuck on there, a vintage lace tab, and then that flips down to a collaged pocket, and inside the collaged pocket is a collaged tag. Over here, we have a page that flips out, and these are those go-betweens. So I don't know if you've watched my other video. I think I have one or two that have I'm calling them go-betweens or in-between signatures. So let me do this real quick. There are larger signatures, and then in between each larger signature there's a smaller little guy, this one, and it's just kind of full of fun little tuck spots and pockets and place flip out. So it's they're made all out of pattern paper, like a cardstock weight. So this one flips out, and you could attach photos and stuff. And then the middle is 2 pages, and then on the other side it flips out. But both of these also create these large pockets, and inside there are some big journaling cards, and they have tabs on top made from this music fabric. So that is the first little go-between. Then the beginning of this next signature has a sewn in notebook, and it tucks behind this tab. You open it up, and there are pages you can write on back here, and then it just tucks back underneath there to keep it shut. Then we have kind of an exposed little notepad on the back side sewn in, papers you can write on. There's some printed vellum with flowers in throughout, so some really pretty flowers there. Digital stamping, another little vellum, book pages. Here's a series of pocket kind of tuck spot pockets that actually turn themselves into tabs. So up in the top we have some little Tim Holtz flashcard ephemera, and then there are some tags just stuck in here with various things and kind of measuring tape up the side. In the middle of the signature we have 4 that open up, so they Velcro, and then they open up this way. So you can attach things in there, you could tuck things in there, and then they Velcro back shut with some sort of little medallion. And then there's a butterfly and a little floral medallion there, and they open up like so. And some more lace along the side of that one, and a little Tim Holtz pin, and a notes on the back of the table of contents, because I remember what it's called, on this fabric pockets. Here's another collage tag, some book pages, digital stamping, vellum flowers. This is another pocket. So this is a big pocket here, and there is some ephemera stuck in there. And then tucked inside of this collage tag, which is turned into a pocket, are some vellum tags and an inventory tag. Then more collaging happening here. There's a bag that has an old gardening book page in it. And then up on top here, there is a little notebook here that you can write in. And then here's another go-between in between these 2 signatures, the next go-between. This one, the first page opens. The second 2 pages create a pocket. So there's this journaling card in there. and it has a big fabric tag on it. And then same thing here, these two, there's this gorgeous Tim coffee paper in here. I just can't get enough of this stuff. I love it. I think it's beautiful. And then in between that, there's another pocket with another journaling card on it, journaling paper, and a big fabric tag. And then this gorgeous glittery paper. You see that it glitters? Beautiful. And that's the end of that go-between. The next signature starts with this cute little, this was a mistake that I turned into something that I just think is adorable now. It's a little, you know, women's shirt buttons, little pocket. And inside of there is another notebook. So here's some journaling pages, and then here's a tag inside of a tracing paper pocket with some lace on there. That tucks in there. And on this side we have an envelope made out of book pages, and there's just some journaling card pages and stuff inside of there. And then in the back of that there's a big journaling page. Here is some vellum, printed vellum again. Another one of those vellums attached. Here are a couple of long sewn-in tags that you can write on. An old piece of bridal lace, I believe that is. Here is an old vellum map that's been sewn onto this. This is calligraphy paper, practice paper. Here is one of the quilted pockets, and it has a little postcard ephemera and another one of those Fairyland journal cards. Inside there are several pockets, so there's a bunch of stuff going on in here. Up here there are just, in this pocket there are some small tags. There's a French ticket ephemera. Here is one of my, these are the old card catalog papers that I make into a pocket, and then there's a tag inside of there. So that goes in here. And then a couple more just small journaling cards. That's on the back of a library card. And a tag, butterfly tag, and a postcard ephemera. Some collaging. Another big pocket with a journal card in here. This has a little tuck spot on there with an owl, because I love owls and I'll put them in everything when I have the chance. Just some of this pretty rose paper that I like, and another one of those vellums. Some mauve colored lace. Another vellum page. Here, I liked that other one that I did so much on the beginning of the signature, so I tried folding down and made another pocket here. And it worked out really quite well. So there we go. And then on the back there's this big vellum pocket, and inside there is a tag that you can pull out, and it has some sari silk sewn on the top. And then this is the last of the go-between signatures. So the first page of it on this side becomes a pocket. So there's a journaling card in there. Then when you open it, it kind of slides open, hey. There's an envelope here, and then a couple of pockets that have little pieces in them, and an envelope here with some little people, Tim Holtz people, and a couple of tags, and then pieces of ephemera tucked in there. And then that closes, and this opens, and then opens again. So journaling space that you could write things there. And then on the back as well, some flower kind of faux ledger paper. Here's a collage, and it goes off the edge of the page and becomes a tab as well. And a fabric pocket, fold over with some elastic lace, and that hides a couple of little journaling spots. And here's a half page with a postcard in there, and a little journaling card. And here's some paper ribbon, another little Tim Holtz vellum. These are some of my, those old gardening book pages. Yeah, showy lady slipper, that's the This is the state flower of Minnesota. Here is fabric tabs, some more of that printed vellum. Here's a pocket, just some collaging on this page, and this pocket opens up, or is permanently opened, and it hides away though. Tucked in there is another mini notebook that you pull out with this tag, or tab, oh my goodness. And then tab and a bunch of collaging in the middle of this signature. Here are some more pieces of ephemera tucked in to this pocket that's got paper ribbon and some old book pages, another collaged tag in there for her, some flower and lots of sewing. On the back of that is a book that is actually attached, like a sewn-on book, and each page is tabbed along the side here. Tab, tab, tab. Kind of cute. Some more printed vellum, and at the back of this there's a tuck spot here with a flower and a piece of ephemera. And I put this in there. It was on the back of the Showy Lady Slipper, so I had to put it in because Showy Lady Slipper is our state flower. But on the back side there's a thing called skunk cabbage, which I think is so funny. If you don't like it, you can cover it up, but I kind of like it. And the last few pages here here's a little half page with a collage tuck spot, piece of ephemera, one more Tim Holtz vellum, and the last page is a pocket that has more collage in it, more sewn collage pieces, and the back. And then I have my tag and a pocket with some roses over it, more collaging, and then this really pretty little piece of ephemera in the back. So that is it. That is this giant, massive journal. It's just huge. I have small hands, but holding the edge of this thing is big. But there is lots of space for her to include and tuck away all of her own things. So yeah, there we go, custom journal. And thanks for watching. And I will be back in the next week or so with another journal to show you guys. I'm working on a country one right now. It's kind of been fun. And a couple more custom journals as well. So thank you for stopping by and watching my video. I hope you all have a lovely, wonderful day. And I will see you again soon. Goodbye. God bless.